Okay, it is 12 o'clock. If you're watching this after the fact, I'll give you the time code that you should skip forward to. I can't hear myself, but I think I'm all set up here in terms of the microphone and the video. Okay, so what I thought I'd do if I was on my own was to go through a couple of presentations and show you what other students did with this assignment. So I'm just going to go through these presentations and we'll see if what you think about them. All right, so the question here is, should the death penalty be implemented for mega violent offenders? And this person is looking at utilitarianism. All right, so when looking at global statistics, the death penalty is still administered by only around 30% of the world's countries, while the other 70% has to choose to abolish it. Okay, so you're probably noticing some errors in grammar. I don't want you to lose points unnecessarily like this person did. So just make sure that even if you're doing slides, that you're running your text through a grammar checker so that you don't get dinged for something that could be easily solved. Using the ethical theory of utilitarianism, we will take a dive into a country outside the US and some of the moral standards behind the death penalty. Okay, so far pretty good. When looking at the United States, the US implemented the death penalty in 1977. Not totally true. I think it was a little earlier than that, and then it was made illegal, and then it was reinstated. So that's not quite true. And then since then, over 1,480 people have been executed due to their violent offenses. Okay, let's look and see. All right. So I'm not an English teacher, so I'm not going to be super strict about this. And I see that Faith Kelly has joined me. Hi, Faith Kelly. How's it going? It's just you and me, kiddo. So far, anyway. I was just doing a recording on this person's presentation. I think it was from last summer. And I was just saying that I'm not an English teacher, so I'm not gonna really take off because this is not formatted correctly.
Okay.
This is an English class. You would definitely get, points off for this,
Yeah,
but it can't just be links. But the thing I'm a little worried about is some of these are misspelled, like French falg and Venezuela falg, and that kind of stuff you can easily fix. So I'm not sure what happened with this person, but what I'm guessing is this is where they were getting this fact. Okay, I'm going to go back to where I was. Okay, so he's looking at well, he or she, I don't remember, looking at the US and also China. This has been going back for many years, so far back that no one knows the true year of when it started. Although China has been known to allow social and political issues or affiliations to impact executions. Okay, that's not backed up at all. Could be true, but it's not backed up at all. Obviously, this is a huge issue in the code of morals and ethics. Okay. Let me just go through a couple more slides, and then did you have any questions specifically, Faith Kelly?
Any questions specifically? The questions that are listed on for the planning sheet, can we use those questions, or do you want us to make up a question of our own?
Oh, what do you mean exactly?
Like, give me a second, please.
That's okay. Let me see if I can get there too.
If I can get to it.
For the planning sheet?
Yeah, and the questions,
Uh-huh.
like, should animals be used for scientific or commercial testing? Like those, are those
Oh,
example questions, or can we use those?
you can use those if you
Okay.
want. Yeah. Did Did you already have a question like picked out yourself?
Well, no, that's why I had asked just in case. I didn't want to do anything like,
Yeah, no, that's okay.
okay.
So, okay, so interesting. I don't,
Because these are good questions and I wanted to use it. So I was like, make sure it was free range for me to do that.
yeah, oh, I'm in the GTCR, not the planning sheet. Sorry about that. So let me see the planning sheet here. Oh, right. Um, yeah, you can choose a question that's not included here. Yeah, but you could also choose any of those questions. So, yeah, I think most of people, like if it's animals, they usually go with animal testing.
Yeah.
But I think there are, like, one time somebody did a whole presentation on horse racing. It was great, like,
Okay.
so, I mean, you don't have to limit yourself to these examples. You can just think about anything that affects animals in any
Okay.
way. Um, one of the questions I think is really interesting, kind of heartbreaking is, when do you decide it's time to say goodbye to a pet,
Mm,
and because I
yeah.
know that some people have like treated their pets for cancer
Yeah.
or, done all kinds of things. And so that's an interesting thing to look at. And then if it's a death penalty, somebody was talking over email with me about juvenile offenders. Like,
Mm-hmm.
is it ethical to execute somebody who's under the age of 18? So,
Okay.
um, but yeah, you don't have to limit yourself to those questions, but you can definitely use those questions.
Okay. Good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. You're welcome. All right, so this person, let's see here. So most of the people last year, it looks like mostly did essays. And
Mhm.
that's fine, that's an option. But I was trying to find examples of slides, so that I could show what this person has done well or not so well. Um, so, all right, so they're talking about Venezuela, Canada, and France. And then they mentioned the incoherence argument. Okay, that's all pretty good. And then the conclusion on the death penalty. Okay, so this person only presented an argument against it. Um, and he just used the okay, I'm so sorry. So he used the basic deterrence argument here. And, or she, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the incoherence. So that is okay. They've used two different arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that one works. Um, okay, so that seems pretty good. And then the other one I had, this is a little later in the semester. This person did sex work.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked about that in this class yet. So should sex work be legal? And she did Kantianism. I don't know, did Kantianism.
Yeah.
The motive of an action determines its moral value. Yep. Kantianism believes that sex is allowed. Oh yeah, that other person, I'm not sure if they really talked that much about utilitarianism.
Mm.
Okay, that's a pretty good breakdown of what Kantianism is. US versus Canada. The US does not support sex work. Sex work is illegal. Canada does support sex work. Okay, so I want to see where this person got their sources. Okay, so they've got, looks like a lot of stuff from like Canada, the government of Canada. All right, so that's looking better than that other one that I
Yeah.
showed you. So that's good. The only problem is there's really no conclusion here. So we've got the theory, the places. I don't know, this is okay. There's like one more question, like which country would be more in favor
Yeah, in
of
favor.
it? And then where are they getting their arguments? That's a little unclear. So
Yeah.
it doesn't look like they use the book. So maybe this person lost points for that. So, yeah, I'll send out another announcement today saying that if you don't use the book or Procon, I need to know where you're getting your arguments from.
Mhm.
So, but because the book has got a lot of really good ones. But yeah, other than that, how is the class going for you?
I'm really enjoying the class so far. I actually wish it was in person
Yeah.
because there's a lot of discussions that I feel like would be great in person to have that like debate and see everything's happening. So I've just been using my family as like people
Ah,
to talk to and discuss about it.
that's
But
great.
it's going really good. Um, the things I have to complete for this week is the planning sheet and then post the initial GTCR. So I'm going to be working on that. But it's been going really well. I'm really enjoying it so far.
That's good. Yeah, there's just I don't even remember what it is. Oh, it's probably cases for critical thinking, right? For the discussion.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, animals and death penalty. So, um, right. Yeah, I like those cases for critical thinking.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, you just choose one of those from each chapter, and that should be pretty good. Um, yeah. So not a whole lot, but the big thing is obviously the project.
Yeah.
Do you know if you're going to do slides or
Um,
essay?
I plan on doing the essay. I find essays to be my strong suit, so hopefully I get it done. PowerPoints are not really my best friend, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave that to the side
Okay.
and go the essay route.
Yeah. That's perfectly understandable. Yeah, different people just sort of process, things differently.
Mhm.
So I like to give an option. Some people hate essays,
Yeah.
So, but are you taking any other classes this semester?
I'm taking a online biology course, which is,
Oh,
yeah, it's needed. I have a requirement for science, so I'm just trying to get that out of the way as fast as I can and
yeah.
pass with a good grade. But it's going good so far. Nothing too strenuous.
Do you
So it's
have
good.
like labs or anything for the,
Um, I do have labs. They're through McGraw-Hill, so they're virtual online labs,
okay.
and they're not hard. It's very easy. You just follow the steps, and it'll pass you through. It's one of those things where it's like you will make a good grade on it if you just follow the steps. So they're not difficult at all.
Oh, that's good.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't even looking at myself. Okay. Um, yeah, great. So, and then what else are you up to this summer?
What? Oh, I've been touring colleges because I'm coming into my senior year this fall. So really got to get that down packed, seeing where I'm going to college and what college is best for me and what I want to major in. So touring colleges, also trying to get a summer job, hopefully, but it's not been looking too pretty, but we're getting there.
Wow,
And just having that school life balance, we're not drowning in work. So spending time with my family is also what I'm doing this summer as well.
that's nice.
How's your summer? I hear in your discussions like you go on runs, you have a
Yeah.
podcast with your son. I've been
Mhm.
meaning to listen to one because true crime is very interesting to me.
Well, we're not true crime, we're international horror, but we
Yeah.
did do an interview with this woman, Chrissy Champagne, and she has a true crime podcast called Residue.
Okay.
And so we talked about Chopping Mall. It's this really cheesy movie from the 80s that she likes. And
Okay.
we're like best friends now. It's like so awesome.
Wow.
Like podcasting is so cool because I've just met people,
Yeah.
I never would have met otherwise. But yeah, I have to edit a podcast today probably, but I don't know if I'm going to have chance to do that. But yeah, it's great because My son lives in Raleigh, so
Mm.
we get a chance to talk to each other at least twice a month.
Well, that's nice
So
to connect.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, so do you think you want to go to a college like in North Carolina?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for
For
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Out of state is not for me. Um, Going to college for it's just it's a big step. So I definitely want to be close to home, but not too close because I also want to get, the college experience and be on campus and stuff like that. So somewhere that's still in North Carolina, but not too close to home is what I'm
Yes.
really looking for. Some colleges that I've toured so far has been Fayetteville State and Elon.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh,
Fayetteville
Elon.
State is a really great campus. It seems like it's aligning well with what I want. And then I toured Elon because my brother went to Elon and he graduated and he was president there. And he went back after graduate school, after getting his
Hmm.
master's, and he's working there now. So I toured
Oh,
there.
wow.
Great campus as well, but it's like so huge. Even just like
Oh, yeah.
before the tour, there was a little presentation from the admissions counselor, I believe it was, and telling the application process, what Elon has to offer, and the little deadlines and everything like that. But just that one room, it was already huge. And I'm just like, I need some smaller classes, a smaller campus, preferably. But it was really great though. It definitely lives up to the hype that you expect Elon to have.
What do you want to major in?
I'm shooting for English and communications,
Okay.
but I want to have a focus on the pre-law track because I do want to go to
Oh.
law school, and the end goal is to become a lawyer in the end.
Hmm.
So I've heard English was really great, and also English and communications is something to have if I don't pursue law school. It's just really great
Oh,
to have.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the plan.
That's good. Awesome. Wow, that's so exciting.
It
Yeah,
is.
my sister, um, I don't know how old she was later in life. She got a clinical PhD in physical therapy.
Mm.
And it was between UNC and Elon, and she was interviewing at Elon. And
Yeah.
then she got like a text or a voicemail or something that said, "You've been accepted at UNC." So
Oh
she was
wow.
like, I have to stop this interview
Where I
because
gotta come
like
here.
and they were like, this has never happened before. So
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of exciting. So she went to UNC and got her doctorate and yep.
That's
So
impressive.
yeah, I know. We just sort of didn't see her for a while because she just like, you know,
In the books, yeah.
in the books. Yeah.
Can I ask, where did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to University of Wisconsin at Madison.
Oh, that's a good tool.
Yeah, it's a great school. And but that was my hometown also. So
Hmm.
I hear what you're saying is like my parents lived there too. So it's kind of like I got to live in the dorms.
Yeah,
So I wasn't like I didn't have to live at home, but I definitely could have lived at home.
yeah,
Um and yeah, I was a little too close. I wish I could have gone a little further away, but
yeah. What did you major in?
philosophy,
Uh,
and then I went to grad school and I got a master's in philosophy also. So,
okay, that's interesting. Was being a teacher, like, was this like your end goal? Did you always want to be a teacher, or did you want to go down like a different route?
um, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot that you can do with I ended up just with a master's, not a PhD.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot you can do with the master's. You can go into, they had this weird thing, I don't know if they still have it. You could have like a fast track into library science
Mm,
or actually law. A lot of people would take a master's and then they would go on to the law school.
hmm.
So philosophy is actually really good for law
It
because
is.
you,
It allows you to critically think,
yeah.
and it's like critically thinking to be analytical, and that's like really big in
Hmm.
the law area. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Great. Well, if you have you, are you okay with I'm gonna stop recording because
Okay.
I don't want it. This is like I don't want to put your